4, you either get 4 weekend passes. So, which is kind of cool, because if you like the festival, you can come do your shift or a shift or two and then stay for the music or whatever. There's a bunch of art stuff there as well, and a lot of dance as well. So, or you can get, I think something like 10 single day passes. So it just depends on how much, who's going to be doing the volunteer work, whether they want to come back, say, like somebody might, like I would probably want to do the progressive days. So I would probably opt for the 4-day pass. And it's been a couple of, since before COVID that I did it. So I'm not sure. I think you have to pick either the 4 4-day passes or the 10 or whatever single.
Do they have a website?
Yeah. So
we could go to the website and find out all those little nitty gritty details. The fact is, we want to do it, and exactly how we do it is open, but it looks like we could do a lot of several different things. And I could just be standing there dressed like Mark Twain and then break out in some kind of soliloquy.
Yeah.
Mark Twain loved to ham it up.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Yeah.
Old ham. There you go. The ham bone speaks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be working on another festival that a friend of mine is doing at the same place 2 weeks earlier. But
is that a possibility for us?
I'll ask her. I'm going to meet with her on Friday. This is the first time she's doing it.
And what is it? What type of festival is it?
It is a green wood rights festival. It's a very specific audience, but it's for people who do wood carving out of green wood.
Oh,
it's pretty fascinating.
I never thought about that being a specialty.
Yeah. So it's a very specific thing, but you know that famous woodwright guy, his name escapes me now, but
I used to love watching that guy, man.
Yeah. Well, his shop is now here in Pittsburgh, where I live, and and he's going to teach there. So she has a couple of big names sponsoring her and being there, but she said she doesn't have a lot of people signed up yet. So it's the first time. I don't know if she's up for doing any advocacy booths or not, but I'll ask her.
Something to bear in mind. I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm pretty good at it, and I get paid fairly well to do it. And we are going to be there. We're going to be there paying people, and maybe we could trade some of the cost of the show for me doing a Twain bit, and they could put it on their literature, and I do it at a particular time, and we can draw a crowd like that, and we get maybe focus on getting as many people as we can out of our group to be down there, so you can take the clipboards around or the bucket around or whatever you're going to do to collect money. So,
get money, get signatures,
whatever. We ought to take those. Mark is here, and he says it doesn't matter when you get these things signed. There's no date on them, no year date on them. So we could start getting people that are we could always ask, are you willing to sign our petition to get on the ballot? And they don't have to know it's going to be 40 or 50 years before we make it. Yeah. But I think there's lots of possibilities there. I'm donating my time. So I get $500. The next gig I do will be at a Masonic lodge down in Monroe, North Carolina. I'm getting $500 to do that. So that'll give you a little bit of an idea about how much I'm able to command doing Mark Twain. I haven't even started with Albert Einstein. Yeah, it's going to be a hoot. I'm working on it, and I'm laughing myself silly.
Great. Okay.
Everybody laughs when I do a one-liner, a Albert Einstein one-liner.
What
You-
you
you
want to
have-
do as far as getting signatures and such things, about all you can do is get a mailing list. You can't petition until we've got the petition from the state.
Oh, okay.
What we need to do for that is we need to have an assistant treasurer, we need to have a bank account, we need to file our statement of organization, then we can file the request to petition. Then they will give us the form to use.
Well, that maybe get us on the stick if we got this Shikori Hills thing. It looks like a really good opportunity, and it's a month away.
Yep, we might very well be able to get all that done, and certainly to have actual ballot access petitions there. I think it might be that we could hit a snag. I don't think so, but it's possible that if we put 2028 for the expected first year of participation, the state will kick that back to us. I'm not going to rule that out, but form doesn't say for the current election cycle. So since they ask you to specify, I am assuming that you can. Just a caveat there.
I thought 2026 was what we were shooting for.
Well, it goes by 4-year cycles. So if you're in for the 2028 cycle, but you get your petitions, get enough signatures early in the cycle,
Mm-hmm.
then as soon as you can get those petitions in, you're good till the next presidential year.
Mm.
So the objective would be to get enough of them early in the cycle. Then we would be able to have a ballot line for 2026.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be smart to put that on the form. You can have earlier, but I think if you don't make deadline by the year you specified, then you got to start over.
Oh gosh, we need to find that out.
Okay. Yeah.
We need to know what the specifics are, the requirements are, and when.
We could, but I know that the normal thing is to specify the next presidential year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm suggesting that we specify the one after that.
Okay.
And see if they kick it back.
That means we've got more. If we don't get it done, we've got a 2-year, kind of a 2-year grace period if they don't kick it back, right?
Right.
Forget
And if
the
they kick
signature.
it back, then they kick it back. I mean, I could call them up and ask them to, but basically we can't submit the request to petition until we've got assistant treasurer, a bank account.
Now, I thought we didn't have to have assistant treasurer. I thought that was optional.
No.
You have to have an assistant treasurer.
Nope.
And a president.
If you check the form, they ask for who the assistant treasurer is. That's the request to petition. Maybe it's a statement of organization. I forget which. I think it's a statement of organization. They do ask for who the assistant treasurer is. They gotta have treasurer, assistant treasurer, and bank account. Gotta have those three. If you have some other person, some accountant, handling it, they want to know that too. That's optional.
Right.
So we do need an assistant treasurer before we can petition.
Okay, so all this
And that-
527 and 501c paperwork we filled out and got approved, you saying there's more, we have to file a statement of organization. Where do we, is that something that we have to go to
Yes.
the various state to do? And that's something different we haven't done yet.
No, not Secretary of State.
Who?
State Board of Elections.
Okay, so we need to contact them and then find the form and then send that in.
Yep, and that's all in my article, which is in the documents section on Gilded.
Do you have any links for that, or is this just a?
Yes, they are in the article.
Okay, so I'll have to go
Links
back.
to all the documents are in the article.
It ain't making phone calls, Scott.
Hell no, it ain't. I'm doing a lot more than making phone calls. Yes, sir, you're right.
So that need assistant treasurer and treasurer, and those will have to attend the state treasurer training
Yeah.
within, I think, 90 days.
Well, we're hung up on Aaron because he's taking a break and we can't do anything about bank accounts or anything until he's on board again. So, we'll
Is
do
there
it.
a reason why we can't do it before he gets back?
Well,
Oh,
we're talking about the bank account or just the statement of organization?
Well, whatever it is you say we got to wait for him to get back to do.
Well, the statement of organization, I guess we can try to do that now. But the banking and all of that is we have to decide on a bank and then we have to actually, get it set up with our EIN numbers and everything.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking you, does that have to be Scott it has to be Aaron that does that?
He's the treasurer.
Well, he's the treasurer, and he's found the credit union where he wants to do it.
Well,
So
before you
that
got
part
here,
should be pretty straightforward.
well, we
Uh,
talking about another bank that might be better that we were discussing that we may go with them instead. The what is it, Acclamation or who is it? What is it?
Aspiration.
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 Aspirations Bank. So we need to decide on that.
I got a question.
Mhm.
What is the role of the assistant treasurer? And can the assistant treasurer do it?
Do
well,
what?
probably the assistant treasurer could do it. The role of the assistant treasurer is the same as the treasurer in the treasurer's absence. Basically disperses funds, files all necessary reports with state and, if necessary, federal regulators, has to attend state treasurer training, which I think can be done online. Back when I was Green Party treasurer, I had to go to Raleigh for it. Not sure on that, but you don't have to do it to be put down as the treasurer or assistant treasurer, but within a fixed time period, I think it's 90 days of filing, you have to take the training.
Filing for what? The 527?
Statement of organization.
Oh, well,
Statement of
that hasn't
organization.
filed yet, so we don't have to worry about that.
Say what?
How does that differ from what the treasurer does?
It doesn't. The assistant is basically a stand-in for the treasurer. You always have to have a treasurer, and the reason you need an assistant is sometimes something happens to the treasurer.
Yeah, it's like
Either
vice chair that steps in for the chair when the chair's not able to perform.
You got it. Same thing. You
Okay,
gotta have
so
a chair, you gotta have
chances
a
of-
treasurer, so you gotta have a backup.
Chances of that happening are not 100%. So if you're assistant treasurer, you're not as likely to have to perform the duties of the office if you because the treasurer is probably going to be there to do it. So it would be a lesser
Yep.
potential obligation to be an assistant treasurer than to be a treasurer.
Right.
But yeah, that's right. However, shit happens.
No, I
And
understand.
I
been-
started out as assistant treasurer for the Greens. That's how I got to be treasurer. The original treasurer flaked out, quit.
Ah,
Not only did he flake out and quit, but he left behind absolutely no financial records whatsoever.
No wonder he quit.
He just didn't do the job at all. So
He started in the hole.
So Mark, are
Well,
you
I start-
for the assistant treasurer job?
I hope he says no. I think he's got more sense.
Been there, done that.
That's right.
Been bitten once, twice shy. But anyway, there has to be somebody, and they do have to take the treasurer training, so they have to be prepared to step in if needed.
Yeah.
And those are legal requirements.
Stacy, considering,
When we are set up and have filed the statement of organization, then we file the request to petition, and that really is no big deal. For that, you got to have a chair, but we got that. That's okay. The chair's name appears on the petitions. That's why you got to have that, and also their address, phone number, I forget. But contact information for the chair.
Why do you think
appears
I
on the petition.
put Scott up for the job?
right. Yes, I see.
All
your
right, well,
plan now.
but if you don't have that done by the time of this festival or whatever event, you can still try to get a mailing list,
Yeah.
try to get people to say they will sign a ballot access petition. In fact, MPP did that.
Mhm.
They tried to get people to say they would sign a ballot access petition when there was one. You can still do that.
Would you be willing to help us come up with a form that would be manageable, that we could do that? Could be a legal size going across. If we got, sorry, we might have a lot of columns that a letter size 8.5 by 11 wouldn't accommodate. My biggest peeve with most every form I've ever filled out on the fly like that was that they didn't have enough room for the email address, even if you had a short email address. So maybe
probably that would be no big deal.
Maybe you could start working on how the columns ought to lay out. You've tabled plenty of times, I'm sure. So you know what.
Oh, sure, that would be simple.
Yeah. Well,
Just a doc file. That's no big deal.
it's simple for somebody who knows how to
basically-
do it.
Just a matter of, probably you would want maybe landscape layout instead of
Yeah.
portrait
Oh,
layout.
absolutely.
so you guys, I have
But,
some of that kind of thing already from when I was doing this for the Green Party.
Oh,
and other
cool.
people. So, but if there's something, just to collect names and email addresses and things like that, I probably already have something like that I could easily change, unless there was something, I mean, even if there was some other, if I forgot something on those forms,
Yeah.
I think I have the count, I think I have everything
Can
on
you
them,
put
but-
it up on, Gilded?
Yeah.
And maybe
So
then we
would
can,
be-
we could look at it,
In the
and
document.
It would,
look at several eyes, sets of eyes might find an obvious error that if you've been looking at it so long, you don't see. Or, I
Yeah.
mean, omission, not an error, but an omission.
yeah,
In fact, whether even if we have ballot access petition, usually parties, I know the Green Party does this, and probably it's a good idea for us. They assure people that any information they put down will not be sold or used by the party. It will only go to the county and state boards of elections to get checked. So there
Mhm.
should be a separate mailing list sign-up form regardless.
Oh, yeah, okay, good. Nothing like experience. I prefer other people's experience to learn from myself.
Experience is what you
Stacy
get when
called
you
it.
don't get what you want.
Yeah, it's
Well,
worse than that.
I'd like to change gears just a little bit here and let you guys know that we have gotten quite a bit of progress done on the bylaws.
I read them today. Yeah, you really do. Ran off the bottom of the page.
So yeah, we're plowing away at that, two meetings a week, and we should. I'm hoping once again by May we should have ourselves a good set of bylaws in place. And now, one of the things that the bylaws is covering is the elections, that we would have a convention and have elections. In this particular case, I want some feedback from everybody on whether we should just have a state party meeting where we could call it a convention, you know, in a traditional sense, and then elect our slate of officers. Now, Mark thinks it might be a good idea for us to have the officers take their offices on January 1 instead of, say, like, because of the whole election cycle type thing, with elections being in November.
Well,
Not
does the election, excuse me, Scott, does the election, the year, the cycle, 4-year cycle, does it run from the day after the election or from the January 1st following?
But
Do you know that, Mark?
what we have written is that officers of the party are elected at the convention, and those happen in even numbered years. Okay, and that is also where we nominate candidates. So that has to be in the summer of an even numbered year. The reason for having the officers take office after the November election, I just said January 1st because whatever, it could be earlier, but the idea there was not to have the party leadership change in the middle of campaign season. What the Greens do in this
But it's
state
after the
is
elections, there's no more campaign season.
yeah. So it could be earlier than January 1st.
Otherwise,
it might
what's
be-
going to happen is nobody's going to be doing anything. You got lame duck officers in, and the new officers not elected.
Well,
So I think,
we could change that, but the thinking was we at least want continuity of leadership until the election.
well, yeah, because that's the 1st of November or early in November.
Well, yeah, first Tuesday after the 1st of November, so it's the 2nd through the 8th sometime. So yeah, it could be earlier than January 1st. January 1st is what we have in the document right now, but we could change that.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's the reasoning behind that. What the Greens do instead is they have annual conventions and they elect officers in the odd years. It's
The
possible
first
to do that
Tuesday
too,
after
but
what, Mark?
After the
The
first.
first Tuesday after the first of the month is when
That'll be
election
the
days
8th.
are in this
The
country.
first, the
It
January,
would be the eighth is the latest it can be, and the second is the earliest it can be. But
well,
it
that's
can't be on the
the
first.
Tuesday.
the first.
Tuesday is the first. The 1st of November is Tuesday in 2022.
Yep. So it's the 8th.
Okay, so
Weird rule, but I didn't make it. It ain't my fault.
We gotta have somebody to blame though. You're handy.
right.
Yeah. Well, okay. Whip
Okay.
me, beat me, make me.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyhow, that's the rule. It's the first Tuesday after the first. So the earliest it can be is the second. The latest it can be is the 8th.
Let me-
Way to set up.
What are you referring to here? The latest and the earliest? What are we talking about here?
This is the date in November that election day can be.
Right. Okay.
It depending on when that Tuesday falls. If it's on the first, you wait a week, so it's the 8th. But if it's the second, that's election day. So it's somewhere between those every year.
Okay. Well,
That's the whole country.
Okay. So to move forward here, what we need to do without the banking part of this is we need to get this statement of organization filed, and we need to complete the banking information and get the banking setup done. And then we need to start working, collecting email addresses and contacts and things of that nature. So we
May I
need,
suggest you write all this stuff down in the to-do list part of Gilded?
say what?
May I suggest you write this stuff down on the to-do section of Gilded?
Yeah, I got some of it, but yeah, I'm making a note right now so I can go ahead. I can do that in the to-do section. You're right. We do have some of this, but not everything.
We have a new secretary. I hate to see him get fired the first day.
Well, all right. I guess the pressure's on now. What I want to do is go ahead and start especially when Aaron gets back. He's going to run the meeting. I'm going to take notes, and then I'm going to do the recording, and then we will have since we have the Google Workspace, I'm going to go ahead and we will post. I'll post meetings and meeting notes in Gilded, and then I will also post our live meeting or our recorded meetings on YouTube and our own channel that I've been working on. So, and I'll give everybody will have the link to that at some point where they can go back and look at a meeting or what have you. So that's the plan. And we just got to make it happen. Anything that anybody would like to talk about or bring up concerning our efforts here?
Meaning the bylaws?
Well, not necessarily bylaws. I mean, just overall party building ideas. I know we're gonna look into this. Well, we may need to, if we're going to do tabling, we do need to come up with some materials or something, business cards or handouts or something that we can disseminate to the people that we do run into at those events. So that needs to be worked on as well.
I thought at the minimum, we could use what we used for Jimmy Dore. Unless if somebody else comes up with some more material, I might be able to, whip up a flyer. My work life is up in the air for the next while, so I'm not sure if I'll have time or not, but if somebody else wanted to write something up, I could probably put that little logo, do the graphic like I did for the stuff for Jimmy Dore and just stick whatever it is in there that people want. Or do
Yeah.
a
That looks pretty-
four up, you know, what do you call it? A quarter page thing. We
Mhm.
just have to cut it or something like that. So,
I tell you-
yes.
Okay.
So,
What was that?
Maple's not here, but she's the one who contacted Shikori about doing the booth. And I don't know if anybody wants to commit to different things in that regard, and I'm not sure if I should either, because I don't know what's happening. But
You can do
what do people think?
Well, I'd only problem for me, I mean, I'd love to be a part of that, but my car is pretty old and I don't know about driving all the way over there. I mean, I would definitely consider it. So, but I mean, I would, what is it, like 4 days? Is that right?
It's 4 days,
Mhm.
and sometimes people camp, but I don't think it's more than an hour from, you're in Greensboro, right?
I'm in Winston, yeah.
Winston. I don't think it's really far, and I guess you can check on a map. Maybe people can think about it and see if they want to come by.
Well, yeah, I mean, for people who, and that might be something we need to think about is as we have all of our different members who are from different parts of the state, then we're really kind of relying on folks to let us know what's going on in their particular little area. And then, you know, maybe some of us can travel to that spot and
Yeah.
work together as a team to promote the party. But
Right.
we all, you know, we all have different things going on in different parts of the state, and we have to be able to adapt to, you know, those needs and show up if we can to support. So I'm glad you brought that up, Stacy. So now we have at least one thing here that we can kind of work on or focus on. Now, another thing too, I thought a flyer's fine, it's a big piece of paper, but I kind of like the little business cards, you know, because they're easy to put in your pocket. You take them home, you got an email address, a website on them, and phone number.
I
Bang,
agree.
you
I
know?
agree.
And
I made pretty good use of those MPP cards until we kicked them out.
yeah, so, you know, I don't know, Bob, if you feel like working on that, but we could stand to get, you know,
Well,
some
it
cards.
wouldn't hurt to do it just like they did it. I mean, that's a very good design. In my opinion, it's got a lot of stuff on it, but it doesn't look busy. So, I mean, I wouldn't try to reinvent the wheel. I'd do it like they did and put our information on there. We do need to get a platform that people can key on. And I mean, they use Bernie's platform, and platforms are temporary till the conventions anyway. So maybe we could rip off their platform and maybe move stuff around a little bit so it doesn't look like we did it, and
We
put
can,
that on there.
we
But the
can
link will always go to what's on the website, and that
I don't
changes.
need anything, those people, God, hell, I can create my own business card and do a lot better job than they did. So I'll be
Okay,
glad to jump in.
go
And
for it.
what
I'm
I can do,
lazy.
I'll come up with something and then show it to you guys, and of course you guys
Okay.
approve it or let me know if it needs to be changed or not. So yeah, we can do that.
Do you think
Cool.
you could also get them printed?
Could get them printed by that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I can get them printed at Staples like the next day
Yeah.
for a reasonable price too.
Oh, good.
Well,
Is that-
We reprinted those. We cut off their URL off those cards, and I got them to reprint them, and they look great.
Oh, good.
They
Well,
look like first editions.
let me ask you, Bob, what's I can't remember what's on those. It's got a lot of it's got a lot of the platform ideas on it.
Let
And
me,
it doesn't have our website on it or our numbers on it though. So
no, it doesn't have, we didn't have a website when I did that, just so we'd have something to use.
Yeah.
When we didn't want to be advertising MPP.
Yeah.
even back before we were sure we were going to leave. I think we were sure we were going to leave. It just wasn't a matter of when. But I've still got some of those. I threw a bunch of them away.
Okay.
Oh,
thank
I,
you,
I,
Mark.
I got some scathing news about MPP.
Yeah, okay, bring it
Boy.
on.
What'd you say, Nisha?
We just got news back because Secretary Keith had a nice long talk with Zeneb. Oh no, Paula Jean, which was one of Bonner's staff members, and she was brought in specifically to corral donors and to get them funded by donors.
Mm.
And she was let go. Well, she left, but it was scathing about of everything about Nick. So basically, Nick is just a spoiled brat and egotist,
Mhm.
and oh man, it's so sad. It's just so sad.
Just seeing the whole thing crash down around him. Huh?
Yeah, and how he mistreated his staff terribly, and even this, and he does have a lot of sexual allegations on him, which have valid.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh man,
It kind of just confirms our choices here that that was a train wreck fixing to happen, and it did.
I was
Yeah.
amazed that she went with him in the first place, because I figured she had her eyes open. She probably needed a job. I've been there.
Yeah.
yeah, it just amazed me. It's like some people like how long people stay and do stuff. Like, damn, come on.
Mm.
But it's been like 5 years since the Bernie thing, and I mean, how long is it going to take you?
I mean, when I talked to Nick, and I talked to him twice, I figured him out, like using that. Like, he ain't getting anything done. This guy don't know what he's doing.
That's too bad.
I found them,
Okay, yeah.
so I can mail you one, or I'll tell you what, I'll photograph it and send it to you,
Yeah,
text message or whatever.
yeah.
So
and
I
I
think they look pretty good.
So
I've
gotta change the
designed a
names and
few
stuff.
cards myself.
that looks like a quarter page. That doesn't look like a business card.
I know, because I'm holding it real close to the camera.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
business
Oh, I
card.
see.
See,
Got it. Got it.
you want to take a pic, take a snap.
There we go. That's
I trust you, Bob.
that's a seller right there. It's a showstopper.
Yeah, I've been
So
known
you
to
guys
stop
are
a
gonna make
show.
up,
That ain't necessarily good though.
so Scott and Bob, you guys are gonna make up business cards?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get it done.
Awesome. And I can do some bigger stuff probably if, at least just the stuff that we already have.
Yeah. Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt to have some of those
Yeah.
flyers printed off. So
Yeah.
yeah, we should have those available too.
I think on our everything we put out should have our website on it, no matter what, so people can, if they just happen to find it, say, oh gosh, I wish I knew how to get in touch with them, they can find us. So
Mhm.
have some kind of way that they can connect if you just drop a piece of paper on the ground.
Right.
Also,
Okay, so
when
here's.
once you are ballot access petitioning, you can do what the Greens do and have the ballot access petition form on the website.
Right.
Can't sign it on the website, download it, print it out, and mail it. So that's
Oh.
what they do, and you definitely need to take advantage of that possibility.
So we turn those in one page at a time, right?
Yeah, basically, the form generally has 20 lines on it, so you can get as many as 20 signatures on one page, but they don't have to be filled up. Perfectly okay to
I
just
got a real-
sign your own information and send it in.
I have
There you go. That's
15 on
step
mine.
one.
This is one
Yep.
for Matthew Ho,
Yeah,
but it's only
Yep.
15.
Yeah, but it's not, wait a minute, it's for the party, right?
It's for the Green Party.
so we would have
Yeah,
one that's
right.
for the People's Party.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
right,
the
and
same,
that-
pretty much.
That is
Right,
exactly
right,
what they look like.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
Basically, it's a web fill form where the state party fills in a few of the things based on your request to petition. You have to fill in the county. And
oh,
the
right.
signer fills in the rest.
Yeah, so
Uh,
you can see where it has the Green Party info.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So
There you
I guess
go.
that's what we would have to,
The state fills that in and sends you the form.
got it.
And you print them out, and you can get as many as 20. Also, the space for the address is a little bit small. You have to print kind of small.
Yeah, that's,
There's
way we can make
no law that
Hey, guys, real
there's no
quick,
law that says you can't
What's up?
use 2 lines.
just to let you know, we're at the top of the hour. Just keep you guys on
okay,
track.
yeah, all right.
It is
Thanks,
top of
Nissan.
the hour. It
Yes,
is
they
top
club.
of the hour,
Yeah,
and this week we have questions with McOracle. And I
Oh.
have one for him.
okay. Well, you
So
can pop off and go
I
to,
think I need to go to that.
okay. What about you, Nissan? You going to that?
No, I have another meeting I have to go to for New York today.
All right. Okay, well, gang,
Thanks again, Nissan, for all the help you've been giving us and particularly
You're
been giving me. I'm gonna say that in front of the whole group because I've just been struggling with technology, and Nissan, he's the caped invader. He just floats right in, you know.
yeah, buddy. Yeah, well, we can make
Well,
him Nissan an honorary member of the People's Party NC.
Absolutely.
I just want to add that I hope we can talk a little bit more about the sociocracy thing, because I think we can really use it to help us organize our own group.
I'm
Yeah.
actually doing a presentation for a group called Democracy 3.0 tomorrow on sociocracy.
Mhm.
What time of
me-
day?
Let me see if I can find the link real quick for that. Give me one second.
I
before
gotta
leave.
go. Scott and I have to go to the
Okay,
There you
Stacey, if
go.
you just want to stay for 1 second while I find you this link. Like, join.
Sure, but I think,
the UPA tomorrow, right, Scott?
UPA tomorrow evening, yes, sir.
That's 7 to 8, right?
Tomorrow morning at 11, we have our bylaws meeting, so everybody's free to join. But Nissan, you don't put that link in our Gilded under announcements or something, you can do that too.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah.
yeah. So under announcements, I'll look for it. What time is it tomorrow?
It's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern time.
10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I'll write that down.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
know, the thing is, as long as we can start finding a practical way of using it in our decision making, that's fine. Let's see what
I
opportunity.
think we can.
Well, okay, here's a link in the chat, and then I'll put it up on Gilded.
Awesome. Great.
Okay.
All right. See you.
All right.
See you guys later.
Thanks, Nissan, and thanks, everybody.
No
Yeah.
problem. Bye.
Yeah, thank you for showing up.
Thanks from me too.
Thanks, Mark. I'm gonna send you the front and back of that card, Scott,
Okay.
by email.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Bye
All
bye.
right. All right, buddy. Well, we will we'll hook up with you in this next week or whatever you get your business card thingy going. I'll work on something, and then hopefully we'll have
Okay.
something that we can use to
I
market.
think I just realized you were talking to me and we're the only ones.
That's all right. It's just me and you now. Yeah, I wanted to apologize to you because I didn't realize that somehow you had the executive director or executive something or another. And then
I didn't do that.
No,
I
Aaron,
just took it
Aaron
like
was-
it, however it was on there. I thought you
Yeah,
guys had
right.
made
Yeah, I
other
didn't
moves.
realize that. So I was like wondering, where did the executive director's role come from? But it was in the little thing that we filled out. So, you know,
I just like titles, man. I was just trying to snag me another one. Yeah, I'll give you the one I got if you want it.
uh-uh.
I gave you the one you got.
I know, and I've got enough on my plate.
Yeah. It ain't like just making phone calls, that's for sure.
No, no, this is a little more involved, but
A little more. Ah,
but
Make-
if it needs
If
to
you
be
really
done,
want to make phone calls now, right?
yeah, right. That would be easy. But yeah,
Yeah.
I sure hope we can start building a larger group of people. It seems
Well,
like,
that's what I'm after. I can only do so many without spamming.
yeah,
So I'm going to start, I want to go out and be Mark Twain anyway. I'm really dying on the vine. I got a big gig coming up in May that could make me travel all around the state, which means I could do some prospecting
right,
while I'm on the road. I
Yeah.
got no reason to stay home.
right. Yeah, so that could be some real opportunity for us there. So,
Yeah,
way
I'm
to-
kind of excited about it, tell you the truth.
yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You're gonna get to spread the wisdom of the ages to
Yeah,
all these North Carolinians.
whatever that is.
Right. Oh, but yeah. So I hope you're doing well over there. You doing okay?
Reasonably.
All right. Well, that's better than horrible.
That's right.
It's a step
not
above
complaining.
horrible.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, right.
Well, don't do any damn good anyway.
No.
I'm
no.
going to send you these right now
Mhm.
on your People's Party
Okay.
email. Let me check them and make sure that they're right. I think I might have turned one the wrong way.
Okay. Yeah, that,
Here
as
it
long as I can read them out, that'll be fine. Then I can start. I got some software I can use to try to create us another business card. So we can
Oh,
use
cool.
it on there.
I sent it to you from my Robert Foxworth at Gmail account.
Okay.
Huh. It
Wait.
doesn't show that it went.
Oh. Yeah, because I'm checking it right now and I don't see anything.
Let me go back and it may be in the draft account. No, hell. I guess I'll do it again. Oh boy.
Technology, ain't it fun?
Oh yeah. Maybe I should check and see if I've got your Scott.Gillentine at People's Party. Oh, that's why I put a dot in there. I put the .NC and that's not right. Okay,
Right.
good. Maybe I'll just forward that to you and I don't have to take the picture again. I'm lazy, man. Lazy people get stuff done because they don't want to spend all the damn time doing stuff like that. I told my wife that one time and made her madder than I believe I ever saw her. Maybe not quite.
Not really. Lazy
My
people.
first wife.
Right.
I introduced Signe as my last wife.
Of course. Save the best for last.
Yeah, well, she was a good one. Miss her.
Oh, man, I'm sure you do.
I'll tell you. Just all of a sudden, I think I hear her.